Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome to my channel, Lessons from My Life. So today we have a very special guest in our midst today, Mr. Conrad Agla. I've known Conrad for many years right now. Conrad is a real estate agent. He is a mortgage broker, and so we're going to give Conrad a little bit of time to just introduce himself and let us know what pushed him into the real estate industry.
Thank you. My name is Conrad Agla. I'm a real estate agent and a mortgage broker. I've been in the industry since 2007, and I got into the industry based on, motivated to correct errors, especially those that I made or we made when we bought our first house and also when we got our first mortgage. I got to know that some of the basic information that we needed, we did not have it at that time, and also the education and the guidance needed at the time, we didn't have the right professionals to guide us through. So we made a mistake. When it was corrected, it saved us a lot of money and opened our eyes. So along the line, I felt that the industry is somewhere I need to get into to be able to help our people, help people who are interested in getting into real estate, so they avoid such errors and mistakes.
Yeah, thanks, Conrad. That's actually quite an interesting, introduction. I know that you've got a pharmacy degree. I know one question that people are going to be asking is, what exactly pushed you into leaving pharmacy to get into real estate and mortgage brokerage?
That's a difficult question. Yes, I had pharmacy. Pharmacy is my first degree. Got license in Ghana, and then got license here in Canada as well. But along the line, my interest was also into research. So that's actually what brought me here, where I came to graduate school. So at a point, I felt that, okay, it was okay going into pharmacy full time. So I went into pharmacy and I looked around for opportunities where I could invest. And real estate came highly recommended. And that is when I started into real estate. Now, pharmacy, to be very successful in pharmacy, you have to run it as a business. So I still have the license. It's just that I don't do a lot in that field. But with real estate, you have room to scale up, you have room to expand, opportunities are endless. And also depends on which part of real estate you are. If you're an investor and you still want to work in the pharmacy, your regular business, raise fund and invest, yes, you can still do it. So for now, I'm more focusing on the sales aspects of real estate and also especially educating clients and build their portfolio, achieve their real estate goals. I hope that
Sure. Definitely. Getting into real estate is quite interesting. I'm so glad that I got to know you and also, teaching me some of the things that, you've seen in real estate. Now we're going to go into the real estate questions that we have for today. And I guess one of the questions that I have is, I know you've closed, couple houses. You've had a lot of people close down real estate deals. And one question that I have is, what is the greatest challenge that you've seen when it comes to like people closing real estate or the obstacle for people to get into the real estate industry?
The basics. Often when people hear about real estate investment, people jump on some of the topics that or programs that people make noise about, other people's money. You can do real estate without your own money. So people jump up onto these courses and programs and they realize that no, they don't have the basics or they don't have the basic knowledge to go into real estate. So that's one of the fundamental errors. So real estate is leverage, and with that leverage, that means that you are using other people's money. We can say, especially the bank, there are rules that you need to follow. You have to position yourself in a way that somebody will be willing to trust you with their money, even though you come with the basic, you are able to meet a basic requirement, especially if it comes to down payment. They still want to be sure you are a good candidate for them to entrust you with the larger part of the money that you need to hold the property or buy the property. So that's one area. So people are not able to take care of their credit. People are not able to ensure that they have the necessary source of income depending on which type of real estate they are investing in. And also, they also don't get the right agent or the right specialist in their team. So these are some of the few that I can mention.
Yes, definitely. And if we want to buttress some of the things that you said, I know the first point that you mentioned is credit, and then the second point is about income. So when we're thinking about like credit score, what kind of credits should someone be looking at? And once they hit some of the qualitative indicators, and they can say, oh, I've got a good credit right now, I can now go into real estate. And also when it comes to income, what kind of income considerations should I be thinking about when I want to get into real estate? Should I be thinking about, I've got a business. Should I be looking at how many years of income before I start considering going into real estate? So the first question is, what are the qualitative indicators when it comes to my credit score that I need to consider? And also, what kind of income do I need to have, even as a business person, to be able to get into the real estate market?
I can answer the last one first. There is no time period for you to get into real estate. It all depends on which aspect of real estate investing you want to. Now, if you want a real estate as a principal residence, where you live in with your family, which I encourage, the requirements are different. Now, if you just want to be a passive investor where you want to invest in real estate assets, sometimes your money should be sufficient, in which case they will not be asking you for your credit and all of that. So that option is there. People are investing in real estate through crowdfunding, through joint ventureship and partnership, and also some real estate related stock, real estate called real estate investment trust, and all of those. But if you want to hold a property and you are responsible for guaranteeing the loan or getting the mortgage, then it's very important. If it's a property that you're going to live in, then most of the time, based on the fundamental requirements, your personal credit score will have to be above 600, preferably above 680. And your file has to be strong as well, because you can have a higher score, but a very delicate file or profile. So that is the basics. So we encourage people, especially first-time home buyers, to make sure that they work on their credit. And also especially immigrant people who are just new to the country, especially those who do not have credit scoring system or companies in their home country. So that's about credit. Now, as you continue to build that portfolio, buy several properties and expand, the credit requirement can be higher depending on what loan amount or type of properties you want to buy. So in that case, anything 700 and above is required. Now, if your credit score is below the minimum requirement for a type of loan, the loans where you can get the best interest rates, there are also other lenders. They are normally called B lenders or private lenders. They can come in and give you a mortgage. For sure, their terms can be very flexible in certain areas, but can be very stringent in certain areas. Especially if your credit is bad, but you still want to buy, they might require that you put a higher down payment on the property or the investment. If your credit is excellent and your income is great, you probably will be required to just meet the basic requirements to get your loan. In terms of business, if you are a self-employed person, there are requirements you have to meet. So all of these require that you talk to an expert, a mortgage broker especially, who understand, or even if it's directly with the bank, a mortgage specialist who is vested and understands all of these, the policies of the lenders, and also understands your goal, so that you can draft a plan to achieve such goal using the appropriate financing and getting the right property.
No, that's actually very wonderful insight that you provided there, Conrad. I just want to say thanks for that. And I know that for those who are listening, I'm pretty sure you've got lots of questions that you want to ask about, closing mortgages. Conrad is here to answer your questions. If you've got, additional questions that you want to, ask, go ahead and shoot those to Conrad. We're going to leave Conrad's details in the description, as well as he's going to be sharing some of his details at the end of this video. So I want to encourage you to watch till the end of the video so you can get that. Okay, so the next question that I have for you, Conrad, is I know that there are a lot of people who are trying to close, on their real estate properties, and they don't even understand understand the do's and the don'ts of mortgage, getting mortgage and getting a mortgage approved. Sometimes people get their mortgages and they just think, oh, I've gotten the pre-approval and that's it, and then they go ahead and make certain mistakes that then prevents them from closing on the mortgage. I know you've seen some of these mistakes, so I just wanted to ask, what are some of the challenges that you've seen when it comes to closing on a mortgage, and what are the mistakes that people have generally made when it comes to closing their mortgage, which prevents a prospective real estate investor from getting that mortgage?
Yes, there are quite a few, and actually I have a chart or a list of do's and don'ts, especially when you are getting into financing, because one mistake that people make is that once they get a notification that you are approved, that is it. They can do anything. That is very fatal for a lot of reasons. People are not able to close because the lender comes back. Most of the time, it is recommended that whatever you provide at the time of getting a mortgage approval and you are approved, they expect that the conditions will remain the same or better. So what it means is that your credit should not change or should not get worse. Your debt should not go higher. Your income should remain the same or better. And when it comes to income, there are different types of income. So, and that is where if you have a mortgage approval and you are yet to close, if there's going to be a change in income, you have to let your broker know that things are changing, and many more, including losing your job. They want to ensure that there's no job loss. You have sufficient fund available for closing costs, because you have to pay the lawyer. There are times there may be appraisal, there may be other costs that will arise before you close. We encourage that you don't make such mistakes.
Okay, yeah. So I've also seen a lot of newcomers who just arrived into Canada. And as a newcomer into Canada, the first thing that you're thinking is getting an accommodation and also getting a car. And I just want to get what your advice is when it comes to especially getting a car, financing a vehicle for the first time when you just arrived into Canada, and what impact does this have, especially when the person is thinking about getting a house of their own in about a year time. And I just want to understand your advice to the listeners on what this impact is going to be when it comes to their mortgage approval.
Thank you. That's a good observation. So usually we recommend that you don't build up on debt before you go for a mortgage, which is also a debt but secured by a property. So for new immigrants, if you come, you meet friends and you feel that, this is how you can plan things, and so you can qualify for a mortgage or get a property, it is recommended you talk to an expert right away so that you are directed. But picking one information from one place and another one from another place, you might not be able to position yourself properly. So when it comes to car, that is a necessity. Young families, you have to drop your kids at school, you have to go community function, church, and things like you have to go to work. And then people also want, especially because of the weather, people want a reliable car and all of that. But this can become a hindrance to you achieving your purchase goal, because the car loan that you have can reduce your qualifying power and probably can prevent you from buying. And if you have a car loan for 5 years, that means it may take 5 years, or you probably have to sell off the car, or you may have to refinance. So we recommend that you don't build up debts. If you want to buy a car, try options where you can buy with cash, so it's not a loan reporting on your credit bureau. Some people take student loan, which is fine, but it also depends on how much. So in short, what we recommend is that before you add any debt to your current debt, or you build up a debt in terms of a car, for example, just make sure you discuss your plan with a mortgage expert to know, and that mortgage person can guide you also on how much loan you can carry if they know how much property, cost of property you want to buy. So they can guide you either to avoid a loan altogether or take a loan where the payment is such that it will not affect how much you qualify for.
Yeah, thank you so much. Another question is, what are the benefits of investing into real estate when compared to other investments? So what's the benefit of actually going into real estate instead of going into, putting your money into some other investments?
So many advantages but then I can warn that real estate is a double-edged sword. So there are multiple factors that come into it, understanding real estate, I believe that you are able to use other people's money, or in this case, we can say mortgage through the bank's money, to build on equity. Now, when we take a principal residence that you own, especially in Canada here, if you pay down your mortgage, you are not taxed on it. Accountant will tell you capital gain tax, you don't pay capital gain tax on that at this time. Then we have also seen that depending on the factors that come into play at the time or over the years, and the data is there, real estate appreciates. On the average in some communities, especially Calgary, for example, if you look at Calgary, we can see that for the long term, historic average is about 6% per annum. But throughout the period, there were times where prices went down and there are times where prices have gone up. So for the long term, and that's what I share with people too, that when you are buying real estate, you must look beyond 1, 2, or 3 years. You must have a plan to hold it for as long as possible. The shortest I recommend for people will be 5 to 7 years. And with that, you'll be able to go through a few cycles, either downturn or upturn of the market. And with that, you have appreciation, and you also have mortgage pay. The principal is paid down. And also, if it's an investment property, there are a whole lot of other benefit, tax benefits, and all of that. So this provides you an opportunity to make wealth faster than some of the other options that are available that could be mainly based on speculation. We all remember what happened not long ago with crypto. Rising up, a lot of people were putting money in it, so certainly everything was wiped out. And a whole lot of other ones, including stock and all of that. I found real estate easy to understand, or something that attracted me. So, so I encourage that if you want to build wealth and you are ready to position yourself in a way that you understand the basics and get a right team around you, real estate is something I encourage you invest in.
Well, thank you so much, Conrad. The other question that I have is, I know you've helped a lot of people to close on real estate, and this is this is the final one. The question that I have is, how many real estate deals have you closed for a single client?
So far, I think the highest is six for a single client. Yeah. When it comes to mortgage, real estate deals, single client 6. We started working with the first one to the 6th, and you decided to branch into commercial, own a business, own pharmacy and stuff. But when it comes to mortgage, I've done one for someone who has 17 properties. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Hopefully I get there.
So it starts from the first one.
I guess the next question that I have, Conrad, is I'm just wondering, are there any secret strategies that you can actually share for someone who is looking to penetrate into the real estate market? Any secret strategy at all that, based on your wealth of experience, that you can actually share?
Start. The strategy is just start. The earlier you start and the longer you stay in, the better. There are a few theories people share, is that buy and don't sell, or only sell when there are issues or there are challenges. And when you sell, make sure whatever money you get, you put it in something. That is the only way. I believe in regular investment too. Is encouraged that you keep investing. You reinvest. So my advice would be, the secret strategy is just to start. You might start at a time when the market is slow, but with time, as you hold on to your property and the market rises, you will see the benefits there. In terms of individual or other strategies, it all depends on one's risk tolerance level. So start. If you are thinking of, okay, how do I start? There are options. I hear people say, myself and my friends, we want to buy. That's one way to start. I can't qualify for, I want a front drive home. I can't qualify for it, so I want to wait. No, I encourage people to start. If you want to start with a condo, let's assess it. Let's find out if that works. If it works for you, then it's better you go in now than wait, because as you keep waiting for the bigger one, by the time you are ready, you will be surprised that that will be what you'll be paying for the bigger one. What the price of bigger one is today will be the price of the condo in 2-3 years when you are ready. So just start.
Great. So I've got another question for you here, Conrad. Now, in terms of getting into the real estate market, what kind of property should someone who is looking into get into real estate? What kind of property should we be thinking of buying? Should it be like a single family home, duplexes, front garage homes, townhomes? Should we even be buying condos for real estate investment? I want to just get your thoughts, because I know that a lot of people have these questions. What kind of properties should we be buying in order to penetrate into the real estate market?
Thank you for that question. A lot of people ask questions like that from time to time. So I recommend a property. Normally, I recommend that if you are starting and you are ready to learn, we do what we call analysis. We analyze each property based on what is happening. If it's an investment property, then that means that you are trying to get rental income from it. You are either living in there partially or you are not living in there at all. So let's look at a situation where you are not living there at all. So if you are not living there at all, you want to ensure that the property has features where you can get enough rental income. So in that case, a property with multiple suites is very, very fine. And also the rental income you can get will also be a factor, a determining factor. So if, let's say, a semi-detached of the same size will be cheaper than a single family lane home of the same size, but then you're going to get the same type of rent or the same amount of rent from both, then I will encourage you go with the semi-detached. We also look at the performance over the years of the property in terms of appreciation. Then location also comes in. So we run all those numbers. So this is not a fixed determinant, but this can be seasonal or can be based on the time that you are ready to go into. But if you want to look at today, I can say that what I encourage, if you can qualify, the type of properties I encourage are the smaller properties with multiple units that you can rent out separately, legally. They are the most. They are the ones providing highest return on investment. So let's say a semi-detached or a townhouse or a row house is where you have legal suite. That means the suite either is a garage suite or a basement suite where you can get a separate rental income. Somebody is living there separately. And even if it's a short-term rental you are able to rent those separately and get a higher amount of income. Yes, these are also easy to qualify for. Not for everybody, but if you are qualifying for this type of properties, compare with front attached garage or front drive homes. These are easy to get into as well. But at this time, those are the smaller units with multiple units, the smaller properties types, townhouses with freehold townhouses, and also semi-detached. Those are the ones that are performing great. Lane homes, some lane homes to single-family lane homes too are also doing well. You just have to look at this and also the location and then the rental market.
No, that's just an excellent, job, Conrad. I've got one final question for you, Conrad, before you head out. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people who are watching this video from their homes, on their mobile phones, or wherever they're watching, are probably asking questions saying, I love the way that this Conrad, explains some of these things, and I really want to work with Conrad. And some of them, in case you don't know, I've been working with Conrad for the years, in case you didn't hear it before. So Conrad is my real estate realtor as well as my mortgage broker. I worked with him over the years. So I don't know, Conrad, how can people reach out to you, your email, your phone number? How can people get in touch with you?
Thank you. Yeah, you can reach me at conrad@conradagla.ca, conrad@conradagla.ca. My phone number 403-690-0809, 403-690-0809. You can get to me on Facebook, Google, Instagram as well at Conrad Agla Real Estate.
Thank you so much, Conrad. We really appreciate having you out here today. It's just been amazing just hearing from your wealth of experience, and I'm pretty sure that our viewers also appreciated it. Everyone, I just want to let you know that this is it for this episode of our discussion on real estate today. In case you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click on the subscribe button. And I know that some of you might probably even have questions for Conrad. Put them on the comment section, and we'll make our time for Conrad to come back again here in this studio to come answer some of these questions. And that's it. I want to say have an amazing January, have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Share with your friends and your family. I look forward to seeing the subscriber base grow up. If you haven't subscribed, click on it, because we're going to be posting these kind of videos every now and then so that you can benefit from it and also find a way to create an investment for yourself and your family. Have an amazing time and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.